At Turn 10, we love cars. Forza Motorsport is inspired by all things cars.
Remember Dan Greenwald, the guy that used to present the Forza games? He has experience as a software test engineer. He started with a basketball game. He was part of the team of a Project Grand Racings. So then he was incorporated and hired to create the Turn10 studio based on a few people back then to give birth to the Forza franchise. Starting from Forza Motorsport, supposedly Forza Horizon 5, where he left his position of Forza creative director in 2021. I don't see him being director of the newest Forza, I just see him as the general manager, Forza Motorsport 8, which I believe so because I don't think he will allow this mess. If he was the actual game director, even though he was supposedly the general manager, I don't know what that means at all. I don't understand these job positions at all. They are kind of meaningless to me. What matters is their presence and what they are doing in practice. But what is the good news? The possible good news, let's hope. Recently, he stopped being the general manager, according to his LinkedIn page. He stopped being the general manager and now he is the studio head of Turn10 Studios. Whereas, if we check Chris Esaki's page, coincidentally this guy has been a ghost since October, since the past month of this year. I haven't known or read anything about him. And if we check his position, he was hired right after Forza Motorsport 7, November 2017, as the creative director of Forza. Perchance this is outdated. They haven't said anything about this, at least that I know and have heard. Less than 2 weeks ago, they interviewed Dan. He shared his history in the video game industry, starting from when he was a tester until modern Forza. He talked about the game too. This interview marks his presence, but I have the impression that at least for the newest Forza, he didn't have any power over the development team at all, and his name has only been used to credit him for his franchise, rather than him actually participating in the development lately. But what a coincidence that this guy, Chris Esaki, disappeared at the same time Dan has this update on his LinkedIn page, promoted as the studio head at Turn10 Studios. I will say they are going to fix Forza, but for that you will need to rebuild from the ground up the game again, and 6 years have passed and they missed the opportunity and maybe the money. What's left is to try to improve it as much as possible. I'm sorry, but whatever is good. I barely know about this thanks to my comment section, one guy, and a German article I found. They're in the motivation to search for the LinkedIn profiles of these people. Try to fix the unfixable. Of course, the guy who created the franchise is going to care more than... look at this. Chris Esaki. He was a system producer of these games. I googled one of these games and I found Rumble Racing. Whereas Dan has experience that traces back to amazing titles like Project Grand Racing. Chris Esaki has been assistant producer of this PS1 looking PS2 game and similar stuff. But who knows? Let us know in the comments if you know what's going on. If Dan is taking the seat position of Chris Esaki as the active chairman of Turn10 from now on. I don't know why Microsoft chose Chris Esaki in the first place. Maybe they had their reasons. Neither I know who's to blame, if Chris Esaki or Dan as manager, or maybe the money people of Xbox. I don't know. I'm curious over this. There are many questions that need to be answered.